Hey guys, what's up? It's Brendan from Heartbreaker Guitars, and I am here in the Heartbreaker showroom. We just got back from NAMM 2019, and all the buzz was about the new Lowden Sheeran guitar, which is coming out in about 2 months. We have 50 on order, and we are currently taking orders for that guitar. So, the question is, why are they so much cheaper than Lowden guitars? Everybody's asking, emailing, calling. So, anyway, we're going to attempt to answer that for you and give you some insight as to what's different about the guitar. Now, just to let you know, there's one in my hand. This is a wee Lowden, but this is a Lowden wee series. This is the one that's $4,000, okay? I'm only using this as a prop because the Sheeran guitars are not ready yet. So, but since the main one is based on a wee size, I'm going to use this to kind of point some things out and explain to you what's different about the Sheeran Lowden guitar. So, okay, let's start with the woods. Okay, now, the guitar top is a solid piece, okay? You can get either Sitka or cedar. So, nice feature there. It's gonna be a solid piece top. Now, the back and sides, this regular Lowden here is solid Indian rosewood. But with the Sheeran guitars, you're gonna have a 5-piece laminate back and sides. And what that means is you've got 5 very thinly sliced pieces of wood, 3 pieces of mahogany and 2 pieces of the spec wood, whether it be the Santos rosewood or the figured walnut, the regular walnut, that will be on the outside. Okay, tonally, what does that mean? It's still gonna sound great, it's still gonna sound like a Lowden, but this is one cost-cutting measure that's helping us get in the $1,000 ballpark, which is what the guitar range is. Okay, also, we've got again, this is a regular Lowden, this is the more expensive, a single piece mahogany neck instead of 5 layers. Now that is a huge labor saver, and it might not be quite as stable as a 5-piece laminated neck. However, 90% of all guitar companies use a single piece. So it's very functional, it works great. It doesn't look quite as cool, but it's gonna work great. Single piece mahogany. Okay, the tuners. On a regular Lowden, you're gonna have Gotos. On the new ones, we've got a Lowden Spec tuner. They're a little bit less expensive, but I used them at the NAMM show. They work just great. Okay, another cost-cutting measure, bindings. Binding is extremely labor-intensive, okay? So some of the fancy bindings you see on the regular Lowdens, like in this case, it's koa or mahogany. You'll see it on the front and back of the guitar. You're not gonna have that on the Sheeran edition, okay? You do have an ebony, I believe we have an ebony fingerboard. That I'll have to double check. But yeah, in a nutshell, you've got binding, no binding, you've got single piece mahogany neck, you've got the change tuners. Also, most Lowdens have an 8 what's the word? The guitars are finished with 8 coats of satin finish. The Sheerans are only going to use 2. So, does that affect tone? No. It may affect wearability just a little bit, but it's not going to affect tone. So largely, the guitar is going to sound like a Lowden. I asked George specifically this question, and the analogy he gave me is that you can get a fantastic sound system for $1,500. If you spend $10,000, it's going to sound better, but it's probably only going to sound a little better. That's the whole concept behind the Lowdens versus the Sheeran Lowdens. They're still going to sound great. They're still going to sound like Lowdens. But for that money, not quite as good as your original Lowdens. I hope that makes sense. Also, this is a critical factor. The guitars are being made in Ireland. They're not shipping it off to Mexico, Indonesia, Korea. They are going to be in the Lowden factory in Northern Ireland, which is awesome. What does that mean? That means that George and his crew, they're going to oversee all aspects of production, okay? So that's important. When they've got their finger on what's going on with the process and the building of these guitars, it's just, you know, they can keep a better eye on quality control. So that's important. So yeah, $1,000 versus $4,000, big difference. But you're gonna get Lowden tone, you're gonna get Lowden quality, you're gonna get Lowden playability, you're gonna get all these things. They're just gonna be cutting some expensive features that are nice to have, don't get me wrong, but to get at this price point, they have to cut a couple corners, and I hesitate to say that because they still sound fantastic. Anyway, I hope that explains why the Lowden guitars by Sheeran are cheaper than the regular Lowdens. Oh, I should point out, this is what the regular Lowden peg head looks like. It's got the Lowden logo, you can see it here. What the new ones will do, it's gonna say Sheeran right here, and then engraved just below it, it will say by Lowden Guitars. So it still says Lowden on there, it's just not as prominent. You're gonna see the Sheeran name. These guitars are good. Ed Sheeran, when they were prototyping these guitars, actually played these guitars on stage. He tested them out. So what does Ed play on stage? Normally he just plays the standard Wee Lowden, but he has played the hell out of these guitars. He loves them, he's proud of them. And I think that was the one thing that got driven home at NAMM, is that George was proud of these guitars. Yeah, they're lower cost, significantly lower cost, but he is proud of them. And with building these new guitars, they are gonna reach a whole new generation of players, younger players, which is something they wanted to do. So that's really cool. And then for the folks out there that may own a Lowden or are Lowden fans, they may want that Wee Lowden but didn't want to spend $4 grand to get it. So now you're gonna be able to, not break the bank and buy a Wee Lowden or buy an S1 or an S2 and just add it to your collection. So anyway, like I said, hope that answers the questions. We gotta answer the phone and we will talk to you later. Thanks for watching, you guys.